Welcome guys, this is Dan with E-Bike Nation. Welcome to another ride adventure. We got a nice Sunday morning and I needed to get out and do another review on this Velotric Discover 2. I've had it out for about 20 miles so far and it's performed extremely well. And we're going to talk a little bit about the features of the bike. And today I'm riding in eco mode. So we're going to see how eco mode handles. I'm in pedal assist 5 and I have it in torque sensor. So today I will have to do the work. It's just got a little setting on the phone or the display app where you can just change from cadence to torque and back and forth anytime you want to. But today I figured I'd just go ahead and ride in torque mode so I can get some exercise. It's got some great turn signals, as you can see. It's a little breezy today, but it's probably 40 to 45 degrees, so it's much warmer than what it was. Now, speaking of turn signals, there's one thing I wish Velotric would do, is when you make that turn, to have that turn signal shut off, so you're not forgetting about it. And you'll notice it once you look down, but you just hit the button again, depending on which way you're turning, to shut it off. But I'd like to see somewhat of an improvement on that. But yeah, let's talk about this great 27.5 times 2.4 Kenda tires. This has got a 750 watt rear hub motor. It's got a 48 volt battery sits in the down tube. The Newton meters of torque on this is 75, which is really good. So I'm liking that. I think a guy just had a regular trike there. I didn't see no motor on it. It's kind of early in the morning. It's only about 9:30, but today it's supposed to be sunny and supposed to get back rainy again starting tomorrow. But it's supposed to be a decent week to ride, temperature-wise. But yeah, this is, I believe, December the 8th. Could be the 9th. I'm probably a day behind. But I really wanted to see what this thing would do in eco mode in pedal assist 5. That seems to be very comfortable for me as I'm riding. I'm having to put pressure onto the pedals, of course, with the torque sensor, but I don't feel much of it. So if you want to conserve on battery, this is the mode you want to ride in, is eco. And you want to get a better workout, this is what you want to ride in, is eco. Now it's got 3 different modes. And it's also got 5 pedal assist for each mode. So we got 15 pedal assist on this bike. You just don't see that too often. It's got great torque coming across this intersection for sure. I like to just use the torque a little bit to get across the intersection, and that's pretty much about it. I'll pedal, and once I get up there to speed, and we're averaging 14 to 16 mile per hour right now, which is a good steady speed to ride at. But I'll tell you, I just love this mode, or shall I say this display screen. You can see I'm in eco mode, pedal assist 5. I can pause it if I want to, if I want to talk to somebody, or It's got my GPS on my neighborhood where I left and where I'm at now. Yeah, we just want to do a casual, leisurely ride to my halfway point, and I will be doing some drone coverage today. I'll be using a couple different drones today. I've got a DJI drone, which is 4K, and I've also got a Hover Air Pro Max, which is a 4 and 8K. So I might be using a combination of both of them today. See which views I get the better angles from a drone perspective. You can hear how quiet the motor is, and these brakes have absolutely no squealing whatsoever. So Velotric, my hat's off to you guys. This is the first e-bike that I have ridden that has no squeals at all in the brakes. Right out of the box. That's impressive. Normally you got to adjust the calipers, or sometimes you got to clean off the shoes. They'll have oil and stuff on them, but not these brakes. Again, this will be a longer video. We'll cut it down to about 25 minutes or so. I think I have the bike set up on the brakes where when I hit the brakes, they just start flashing instead of a solid red. So that's one good thing that this app has. It's got several different features that you can turn on and off with their Velotric app. I would like to talk a little bit about the comparison between this Velotric Discover 2 and my Radio Flyer. I believe it's the Flex. They're real similar, but the Radio Flyer runs $22.99 plus tax. And I'll have a link down in the description box for you guys to where you can order it. And again, I want to thank Velotric for sending this to me to review. Well, I was down to 7 bikes in my stable. Now I'm back up to 12. I did sell some of them off this summer, but this time of year, you're going to have a hard time getting them sold. I mean, you know, somebody might want a good used one for Christmas. So if any of you guys are within a couple hundred miles of here and you're still looking for a Christmas present, I can save you over 60 to 70% on an e-bike. I've got cargo e-bikes, I've got cruiser style e-bikes, got 20-inch fat tire e-bikes. They're all for sale. So yeah, just put something down in the comment section if you guys are local. I do not ship these things. The expense on it is just outrageous. It would really cost me more to ship this than the bike would be for selling it local. So let me know what you guys think about that. Be a good Christmas present for somebody for sure. Maybe a husband or wife are out there looking for one for their spouse. This is a great bike, guys, because it's got a very low step-through area. So if you guys got disabilities or whatever, you can just step right through the frame on this. And these are great road tires, these Kendas. It's not really an off-road bike. You could ride it in gravel and things like that. I get that. I know I could. But for all purposes, this bike is really designed for cruising. I love the wraparound handlebars, as you guys can see. I love that. All your functions are over here on your left side on the keypad. It's got 8 gears. I believe they're Shimano gears. I've got 8 gears on this thing. If you guys are looking for a really quality e-bike that's a 26, 27 inch, 27 and a half inch, which this is, this would be the one you want to look at. At that price point, with what it's got on it, I'm not sure you can do any better. Here's what's odd. Velotric only sells to the US market. I was on a Zoom call for over an hour and a half talking to my collaborator guy, who is my main contact, and right now this is the only country they're selling to, and they're doing extremely well. And I can certainly see why. I mean, I'm just cruising along right now at 19 miles per hour, and it's doing really well. My son got me some really nice sunglasses for my birthday, and I'm wearing them today. I really like them, but I'll show them to you once we get up to the halfway point, where we'll get off and talk about the bike, and then we'll do some drone coverage, and you'll be seeing me review this bike quite a bit. And the reason for that is because I want to review it when, say, I get 100 miles, 200 miles, 300 miles, up to maybe 500 miles. I want to see how this thing holds up after, say, 500 miles. Did we have to replace any parts? Did any parts go bad? Did any electronics go bad? These are some of the things that I look for when I'm doing a long time frame, shall we say, videos. Most reviewers only review them once or twice and they're done with them. They sell them, and I just don't think that's fair to a manufacturer. I'm gonna ride it in the winter for sure, when it gets much colder. It did really well the last time in the 20s, but we'll see how it handles in the teens Fahrenheit. But I believe it'll do really well. Okay, so far we've come about 4 miles. Still got about 92% of the battery, which is pretty good for this temperature. Again, if I was in boost mode, which is the highest mode, I would probably be down to about 83 to 84%, I'm assuming, on the battery. So you're going to save on range for sure if you go at a lower mode, like the eco mode. And you even do better if you go down on the pedal assist, say down to 1 or 2, you're even going to conserve another 15 to 20% of the battery. I'm really loving this torque sensor where I can get an extremely good workout. I'm definitely a fan of a torque sensor over cadence sensor. I don't like the cadence sensor because you're ghost pedaling too much. But I can easily ride at 20 miles per hour in eco mode pedal assist 5 for sure, very comfortably. Now the range on this battery, the manufacturer says you should get up to 75 miles. On every e-bike that I have reviewed, I have never seen where you could get what they say. It's got everything to do with how cold the temperature is, what's your weight, how flat a terrain you're riding in, what pedal assist are you riding in. You would have to take a 110-pound person, pedal assist 1, maybe to get to 75 miles if there's no hills. I'm thinking on this bike you're probably going to get more to, especially this time of year, 25 to 35 miles out of a charge. Maybe 40, but that would be pushing it. And I don't want to kill a battery on a ride. I really don't. I tell people when you buy an e-bike, you buy the battery and you get the e-bike for free. And it's so important to keep those batteries inside in the wintertime. Now, when I get home, I won't start charging this battery right away. I will bring the whole bike in, let it to get room temperature, then I will charge the battery. You don't really want to charge a battery when it's, say, summertime, it's 90 degrees. You don't want to charge that battery when it's really hot either. So you want to bring the temperature down on that battery before you charge it. You're going to take, the battery's going to last you longer. I plan on getting out and riding 2 or 3 bikes today. I'll be getting out one of my trikes here in a little while, and after I get back, and we'll have another video on my trikes, so you guys can look forward to that. This time of year, I try to ride as many as I can a day, maybe get 50 to 60 miles of range in. This ride will get me about 12 miles total, up and back, and that's pretty good. That's pretty good review. Yeah, it's really nice not having a whole lot of traffic out. But it's a beautiful day for December the 8th or the 9th, whatever it is. I'm retired, so I absolutely lose focus of what day it is or what date it is. Again, great turn signals. Again, you have to push the button to get it off. I'm hoping Velotric can upgrade that. Getting ready to pull into our park, so I'll turn the turn signal on. I love this thing. It's got cruise control, which is really nice. Little park I always come to. One of these days, we'll go straight up here and go on into downtown, which is about another 2.5 to 3 miles from here. And we'll do a little city riding, which is nice. Or shall I say downtown riding. Then I usually come back through the neighborhood, so we'll work on that. Okay, now we got to go over here, which is, see a lot of people fishing down here in the summertime. Nice shelters in the park. A lot of events in the summertime. A lot of food trucks come down here in the summertime with all these events. So yeah, it's really nice. This has got front suspension, which does really good. I may have that locked out right now because I'm road riding, but it does have adjustments on it, depending on the comfort level that you want. I could easily put a suspension seat post on the back of this and it would do really well. But I want to leave a lot of this stock as is so I can review it. Now the mirrors is aftermarket from a safety reason. I've got my phone holder, my cup holder. Those are the 3 of the things that I added later for stuff I can carry with me. Yeah, let's just go up into this little parking lot here, and I'll get my other camera out, and we'll also do a little drone coverage from here, so I'll let you know when we're going to do that. But yeah, we'll just come over here, sit a little bit in the sunshine, and we'll talk about it just a little bit. Let me get my pedal assist down. I always recommend go down to 0 on your pedal assist when you're dismounting a bike, because if you're not careful and you hit this throttle over here on the left as you're dismounting, if you don't have a brake on or pedal assist down to 0, that bike's going to move on you. So seniors and people with disabilities, anybody for that matter, be careful and understand that for sure. Alrighty, I'm gonna have to get my backpack off here, guys, so I'm gonna pause the camera here and I'll see you here just in a few minutes. Okay guys, let's talk about this Velotric Discover 2. What a great looking bike. Get my handlebars stay kind of straight here. This thing is absolutely a wonderful bike to ride. I have reviewed many 26-inch e-bikes, and now this is a 27.5, and I tell you, it's so easy to get on and get off of with this step-through area down here, which is really cool. So let's talk about this thing a little bit. It's got a 750 watt rear hub motor in the back. It's got a 48 volt battery, sits in the down tube. Look at this great charging area. Get this camera angle up here. Look at this little great little charging pin it's got there. Very well done. This has a combination torque and a cadence sensor, as you can see. So yeah, let me go back and show you this. We're going to go to the bike settings. We got eco mode. You can go to trail mode. You can confirm it. You can go to boost mode. You can confirm it. And that'll switch your modes on your bike. And you can also go any mile per hour from 12 up to 28 mile per hour that you guys can adjust on your settings. It's got your auto light, cruise control, throttle limit, all of that's right there. And if you want to change this from torque to cadence, all you do is that. Now we're into cadence mode, or you go back to torque, which I like riding in. Of course, it's got your miles, kilometers. It's got firmware update if you need it. But yeah, it's got the battery percentage you can see on display is 88%. And it's got 88% also on the phone. Come so far 23.3 miles total. Today we've come about 6.2 miles. So I'll reset the tripometer once I get done. So yeah, it's got a great functions right here. The one up here turns the bike off and on the top. Then you've got turn signals here, and let me show you those. Great turn signals. And you have to turn the turn signal off with the same button. I wish Velotric would change that to where once you turn, say 3 to 4 seconds, that it'll shut that turn signal off automatically. But yeah, look at these brakes. As you're hitting the brakes, this is flashing. You can change that to solid, you can change it to flashing. I just think that's a really good feature. Let's talk about the battery. This is UL certified, guys. This is rare in bikes anymore. I'm starting to see a few more of them, but we need a lot more of them. Every battery that we have in the US especially should be UL certified. That saves from having a battery fire. Your BMS will shut the battery down if it detects something going wrong. So yeah, hats off to Velotric for doing that. It's got an 8-speed Shimano shifter. I call it a little trigger shifter here. And it's also got your throttle here. Very nicely done. They put it right down below the left hand, which I can get to it very simply. It's got great headlights. All you have to do is hold the plus button, and there's your headlights. And then of course hit your plus button again and it will shut your headlights off. I think you got to hold it down just a little bit. It's got a great handlebar where the stem can actually fold in and out. Very nicely done there. I love the wraparound handlebars, and I love the hand grips on there. They grip your hands very nicely. It's got a great seat post here. You could adjust up and down. You could probably go from up to 6'6" or so. I think you could ride this probably 5'6", maybe 5'7", and go up to 6'7", 6'8", maybe to ride it as far as height. It's got great fenders on it. It's got a great back rack on it that they put. I love the, I call it candy apple red or crimson. It's a beautiful color, guys. Just beautiful. It has got a plastic pedals, which I like. I like these better in case you'd wreck this bike and you come down on the concrete. If this is metal, you're probably going to tear some stuff up in this crankset. If you have these plastic, hopefully that'll either break or something off of there so you don't mess up your crankset. But yeah, it's got your Shimano Altus derailleur. Again, a pet peeve of mine is I'd like to see them put a bracket over this so you can protect this derailleur in case you wreck this bike, you don't tear that up. So that's an improvement that I would like to see them do on this Velotric. It's got 180 millimeter rotors. It's got hydraulic brakes, Tektro, top of the line, guys. You got your bleed ports and everything on them if you need to bleed it. You've got your front suspension here with a lockout and adjustments, so that makes it very nice. The one thing I've seen on this bike, I have not seen on a bike yet. This is a first. It's got a through axle bolt that actually, you put this in there and it threads right into the down forks. There's no clamp you got to change. There's no bolts you got to do. That's very nicely done on that through axle. So hats off to Velotric for that. That is rare, and it's very nice to have, shall we say. You can either charge this battery on or off the bike. This time of year, I like to take the bike inside and let it sit for a few minutes, get it to room temperature, and then I'll go ahead and charge the battery inside the bikes with this little port. And let me see what else I have forgotten about this. Again, you've got your cruise control here on the bottom, which is nice. And again, this has got 15 pedal assist levels. I'll show you real quick how you can adjust these. Let me get my phone back on here. You can go back to your bike settings. Again, I showed you this earlier. You can go to Eco, Trail, or Boost mode, and each one of those modes have 5 different pedal assist. Very nicely done. And then as far as the comfort of this bike is really good. It handles extremely well on pavement because this is more of a cruiser road bike. You could take this off-road, but I'd be a little careful with any bike that's a 27, 26 inch that's got these thinner tires. Great tires on this. It's got your Kendas. Hop on my channel, go down in the description box and pick you one of these bikes up. And you won't regret it, because I'll tell you what, of all the 26 inch cruiser bikes that I have reviewed, this 27.5 sits right at the top. And I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. I try to be as honest as I can and review these things the way they are. So hats off to Velotric. You built a quality bike. Couple aftermarket things I put on is my little cup holder. I put on mirrors, that's very important. And then I also put on my phone holder. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. We're going to do a little drone footage here, so let's watch a little drone footage and then I'll wrap it up. Okay guys, we're going to do a little ride back now. We did a little drone coverage back there, and now we'll do our 6-mile ride home or around there. We've still got about 87% of the battery heading back. So we came 6.7 miles, or about 6.6, and we only used about 12% of the battery, so I'm happy with that. So that shows you right there, if you're in eco mode, you can still be in pedal assist 5 and you're going to actually save that much range on your battery. So that eco mode makes a big difference on range as far as degradation of the battery. And it's still chilly out here. It's only probably 45. And it does very well in these colder temperatures. So I can see me easily getting about 30 miles in these temperatures if I'm in eco mode, for sure. I can still be in pedal assist 5 and still get that much. And I'm 228 pounds, 230. So it does extremely well. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any comments, questions about the bike, put them down in the comments section. I'll see if I can answer them for you. Okay, guys, I want to show you what we have left on this ride. We have, let me get this app back here a little bit so I can see what we have left on the battery. It's showing 69% of the battery. We've come about 23.3 total miles, and we have come about 12.6 on the trip. So that's the total mileage that I have here. But you can see I've still got about 69–70% of the battery left, which is pretty good doing 13 miles almost in this colder weather. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. And again, I was in eco mode. It shows trail here, but I think it might have hit the button here when I was trying to check that. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this thing. It is a beautiful bike. I'll put a link down in the description box for you guys. Velotric, I think you knocked it out of the park as far as how you built this thing. Very good bike. But anyway, share, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I will see you guys on the next Velotric ride adventure.